Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another Chelsea News Blitz. There is so many things I need to inform you. You guys need to tell me how you feel about it because it's buzzing. It's buzzing. Things are happening. All right. Here we go. Back again on the other side of the coin. Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Chelsea News Blitz. I wanted to do this. I know it's quite late wherever you are, especially if you're in UK. Could be early if you're in my side of the world. But I needed to do this because there's a lot of Chelsea news that's flying around, and I want to try and see how you guys feel about it and get a discussion going. So without further ado, like always, we're going to go through what PYS have been tweeting, what Simon Phillips have been tweeting, and what Absolute Chelsea, I believe. These three are the best when it comes to Chelsea news. They've got the most up-to-date news readily available. So if you're not following them, please go out there and follow them. That's number one. So let's have a look at what PYS has been tweeting. So this is coming off the back of Sammy Mokbel of Football.London. Sportsmail understands Thomas Tuchel feels his attack functions better with Havertz. There's a growing uncertainty over Lukaku's position in Tuchel's plans. Lukaku is not making any decisions over his future yet. I mean, the way Havertz performed against Lille yesterday, I'm not surprised there's all sorts of news coming up, but this news was always materializing ever since that infamous interview dropped in. And now Lukaku, as I said yesterday, he's got his work cut out. He needs to match what Havertz was able to give us. Because if he doesn't match that, well, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. So watch this space. Let's see what happens. I'd be very surprised if Lukaku starts on Sunday against Liverpool. And if he does start, I hope it's alongside Havertz. I can't imagine if it's Lukaku up front and then Havertz in the left wing. You know, Pulisic needs to start as well because he played well. So I'll be very surprised. Watch this space as the news develops around Lukaku. What happens, we don't know. Breaking, Romelu Lukaku will try to convince Thomas Tuchel to recall him for the Carabao Cup final on Sunday. Inside the Chelsea squad, there is some surprise. Werner, Mount and Havertz have only started one game since Champions League final. So, as I said yesterday, I felt like the team was out there to prove a point that they can play well without Romelu Lukaku. So I'm not surprised by this news that inside Chelsea squad, there is some surprise that they've only played once. And I can understand that some of Lukaku's teammates would feel a bit strange that they haven't played enough. Lukaku insists he was fit and wanted to play against Lille. So more news brewing, ladies and gentlemen, that he didn't want to take a break. Obviously, as a player, you don't want to take a break. But Thomas Tuchel, maybe he has seen the light, I suppose, that maybe Lukaku simply doesn't fit the way he wants to play. And it goes both ways. Maybe Thomas Tuchel also doesn't know how to utilize Romelu Lukaku, which is just fine. You don't need to have an answer for everything. Thomas Tuchel is hopeful he can recover both Ziyech and Kovacic ahead of Sunday's Carabao Cup final. Both players are facing a race to be fit, according to The Athletic. I mean, I'll be very surprised if one or both even appear in that particular final. I know they're both walked off. It could be a precautionary thing, but if it was me, I wouldn't take chance on bringing them back, rushing them back in, and then having a long-term injury. If they need to miss out this match and be perfectly fine for the next one, so be it. But if they're fit, okay, fair enough. I would love to see both of them feature in the final, if I'm being absolutely honest, because they're two of our top performers. Chelsea are prepared to make Antonio Rudiger the highest paid defender in the club's history, offering him close to the demands he wanted. Christensen talks are in deep freeze. Koundé, Fofana and Araujo have been highlighted as options. Yeah, Araujo is coming up as an bit of an option for us from Barcelona. Wesley Fofana, we did a video quite a long time ago where we linked with him from Leicester. Koundé, as we all know. Christensen talks are in a deep freeze. Look, the way Christensen's been playing in recent times, he's been playing really well. And I wish there was a solution, but looks like this guy can't seem to agree on a particular deal, and maybe he's going to be on the way out. But I'm very, very glad we have found a very good news about Antonio Rudiger. It seems that he will be made Chelsea's highest paid defender in the club's history, and rightly so. He's been phenomenal. Honestly, enough said about Rudiger. Like, Rudiger is probably one of the best defenders in world football at the moment. So I've got no issues with that. The fact that it's taking so long is what's getting me a bit upset that we're not finishing this off quickly enough. Romelu Lukaku will be fearing, he will be watching from the sidelines at Wembley this Sunday. If it was me, I would have Romelu Lukaku on the bench and deploy him off the bench. But how's he going to take that particular scenario? I don't know. I don't think he's in any position to, impose himself and say, "Oh, Gaffer, you need to start me. You've been poor in recent times, so you need to find a way how to impress now off the bench." So that's all the stuff from PYS. Let's have a look at what Simon Phillips have been tweeting, ladies and gentlemen. If there's any double ups, obviously we'll skip that. Chelsea are continuing talks with Barcelona's Ousmane Dembele as they attempt to persuade the winger to move to Stamford Bridge on a free in the summer. Look, watch this space as well. I think there is genuine interest on this particular player, ladies and gentlemen. We will be doing a watch along for Barcelona versus Napoli. Do tune in for that. There will be a Ousmane Dembele watch. We'll be trying to see what he brings to that game and what he could possibly bring to Chelsea. Yeah, on a free, I can see why Chelsea's interested. Is it a player that I want? Probably not, because of the injury history. This news is the same news from PYS. This, ladies and gentlemen, is another exciting latest news that's coming out. Serge Gnabry's contract extension at Bayern Munich is getting complicated. Chelsea and Tottenham have shown interest. Gnabry likes London. I mean, wasn't he the smart Alec not that long ago tweeting London is red and so on and so forth? Look, ladies and gentlemen, there is some concerns that he could possibly leave. Bayern Munich are looking at Rafinha as well. We should be focusing on Rafinha, but I don't mind Serge Gnabry. He's such a good player. He's an immaculate player. He's direct. He can play both flanks. Very good shooting technique, very good dribbling technique. He's saucy. But I think he's not enjoying the fact maybe Bayern Munich are playing with the three at the back and he's playing a lot of wing back position. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that's one of the reasons why he doesn't want to play. If we continue with the wing back, I don't know whether he's going to be playing as a wing back, but possibly he'll be up front on the left side or on the right side. He could possibly play on the right side as well. But yeah, depending on what happens with some of our forwards, the likes of Timo Werner, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Christian Pulisic, if we miss out on a player like Rafinha, even though I feel like Rafinha should be our number one target, Serge Gnabry, ladies and gentlemen, is not a bad option to have. Let me know what your thoughts are. He's a saucy player. And well decorated. He's Champions League winner as well, and a plethora of Bundesliga. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say it's not that difficult to win the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. I get that. Chelsea will reportedly be allowed to wear the Club World Cup badge on their shirts for the rest of the season after the Premier League accepted their request. I love this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be able to wear this badge on Premier League days. I can't wait for it. This looks so sexy, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fantastic decision from the Premier League. After a long time, they've made a very good decision. Thank you so much, Premier League. I can't wait for us to play with this particular jersey and that badge. I can't wait to buy this as well, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, this is a fantastic news. Let's see what else is going around. Yes, I need to talk about this. Thierry Henry, ladies and gentlemen. If Thierry Henry is talking about Romelu Lukaku like this, we're in the mud. Right from the start, I raised a question to myself, would he fit into this team? For Rom to adapt to the way Chelsea play, it takes time. They like to press, to be active and change the front three. He likes to stay in the middle. This is what Thierry Henry was saying. So it makes it very difficult for him to adapt to the situation. But again, why did you go and get him? This is what Thierry Henry is saying, ladies and gentlemen, about Romelu Lukaku. He himself is doubting, why did Chelsea go after Romelu Lukaku when he simply does not fit our situation? I'm lost for words. I really am lost for words. If Henry can see that, and a lot of people worldwide can see that, how did we as Chelsea fan base miss this situation? Scouts, the board, how did we miss this situation that he simply doesn't fit Thomas Tuchel's playing style? And how did Thomas Tuchel sanction that buy as well? He should have realized what Lukaku brings to the plate and what he would bring to his style or not bring to his style. It's quite incredible. There's a lot of talk about Eden Hazard. I don't want to entertain this. I really don't want to see Eden Hazard come back. It's one of those situations where you don't want to entertain bringing back your ex, much like the Romelu Lukaku situation. We've seen the best of Eden Hazard. We don't need to see Eden Hazard anymore at Chelsea Football Club. His best days are over. We need to look for the forward now. We need to look forward. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much what we had from Simon Phillips. Let's have a look at Absolute Chelsea. There's a few things about Marcos Alonso and Azpilicueta. We won't entertain all of that too much. Let's scroll down. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, this is very nice. Thomas Tuchel feels that Chelsea team functions better when Kai Havertz is leading the line. I've dropped a video on Kai Havertz, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out. A recent video, very candid video where I was talking about Kai Havertz off the back of what I saw from Club World Cup as well live. Kai Havertz is such a phenomenal and special talent. And I can't believe it took Thomas Tuchel this long to realize, because he would have seen this last season, how the team was operating with a fluid front three. So I'm glad that these information are coming through right now. Let's see a few more news if we have. Jody Morris, we're not going to get into that. See what Antonio Conte is saying. Antonio Conte, Fabio Paratici tried to buy Romelu Lukaku for Juventus because he knew very well that I like him and I wanted him in my team. Look, Antonio Conte, if you're still around in Spurs, and if you guys are interested, maybe a Spurs, Lukaku Kane scenario can happen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much the latest in terms of news. I want to also share Conor Gallagher doing madness again, a goal and an assist for Crystal Palace against Watford 4-1. He's ripping things apart. He's making his voice heard big time for next season to start for Chelsea Football Club or be in the squad. We can't ignore this player at all. He's racking up the goals, racking up the assists as well. So that's a massive tick mark. Spurs, ladies and gentlemen, lost after a big win against Man City, lost to Burnley. Do you know what? That's such a Spursy thing to do. I'm not even surprised. Burnley, look out. They're coming back. Had a 3-0 victory against, I believe, Brighton. Now a 1-0 victory. They're coming back. Everton in big trouble. Leeds in big trouble for the relegation battle. I just watched Atletico Madrid and Man United was 1-0. Joao Felix, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit about Joao Felix. Saucy player, another superstar. If we can ever even think about offloading Lukaku to Atletico Madrid, I feel like Lukaku would fit Atletico Madrid's style of counter-attacking. Diego Simeone would appreciate a player like Lukaku as well. You know, maybe give them Alonso, Lukaku. We get Joao Felix, that fantastic goal. I think whipped in by Lodi, Joao Felix with a header. And Joao Felix, that entire match, was Atletico Madrid's best player. I believe Llorente was very good as well. And as soon as Joao Felix was off, they lost a bit of attacking edge. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this news blitz. Let me know how you felt about all the different topics we've talked about. Joao Felix, Conor Gallagher, Spurs, all that stuff, and all the Chelsea news. Antonio Rudiger, Christensen, the news about the injuries, Lukaku. Let me know how you feel about every single one of this. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time.